Days of light and darkness. Many religions of the world speak of a time when we will experience several days of light or several days of darkness. It is now estimated, based upon certain recent events, that this time is very near. Perhaps it will even occur before the year 2000, or at least by the year 2005, and by another calculation, 2012. It is hard to tell when this will happen in linear time sequence because the effects of the photon belt will neutralize the effect of our perception of time as we now understand it. One thing is seen in a commonality throughout all the seers in the world. This event is an inevitable experience whenever it actually begins. There is a great field of light, the photon belt, that exists in our universe. Earth has passed through this field of light many times before. Each time has brought about a new world. This is when the Kachinas will return and interact with us again upon this earth. We now know that this field of light is identified as the photon belt. A photon is an element of pure white light, having no structure and no weight. It has no polarities because it does not exist within the electromagnetic plane. It is not physical matter, but pure energy. One of the effects of the photon belt, which we are already entering, is the speeding up of time as the metabolic rate of the planet is infused with this energy. This will cause physical matter to become less dense in molecular structure. The spaces in between the molecules will actually expand. This expansion is accelerating, and this acceleration will continue. The vibrational rate will increase very rapidly. This expansion will allow for more and more light to reach each molecule. The intensification of the light field and the metabolic increase within all life forms will allow our consciousness and the consciousness of the earth to enter new dimensions of reality. This will affect all life forms, even the stones and even the inner earth planes. As our planet Earth continues in its cycle around the central sun within the constellation of the Pleiades, home. It is moving in a counterclockwise rotation. The natural rotation of the Earth is counterclockwise. This is why many ceremonies are performed to honor this turning. This shifting of energy should once again connect us with the natural rotation of the stars and our solar system. This energy will help us to tap into the memory of our natural beginnings. So as the Earth moves through its natural cycle, we will once again enter the photon belt. Here we go. 10,500 years ago, Earth was on the other side of the photon belt. This was at the time of Atlantis, and the pole shifting during that civilization was cataclysmic. The Earth will again change completely when we enter the photon belt. This time we will enter the fourth dimension. This is the bridge between the worlds. Some of us will go to the Mother Earth and become pure light, and others will not be able to align with these higher energies or octaves, and will find themselves on a new Earth. On this new Earth, those who did not align themselves with the higher octaves will begin the process of evolution again from the very beginning. Those who can raise their vibratory levels to be able to go with Mother Earth and experience what is now recognized as the world over as Christ energy or Christ consciousness, the Christos. This is when we enter the fifth world. Here we go. which is also the fifth dimension, the fifth octave of light spectrum. This is where the masters exist. This is where the Conchinas come from and go to. This is from where the great light ships come. This is from where the dolphins come and go. Our solar system will also move from its present dimensional location to a new higher octave of existence, much like etheric cities described by the masters. A new solar system will be born to replace the third dimensional reality that we are presently experiencing. It is during this merging of the dimensions that, for a time, two suns will appear in our heavens. There is even a possibility of three suns for a brief moment in time. The factor determining whether we have days of darkness or days of light is which body enters the photon belt first, our sun or the earth. If the sun enters ahead of the earth, we will have days of darkness. If the earth enters first, we will have days of light. And for the briefest moment in time, all people, the whole of the earth, all her creatures, and even the stones will exist in a state of pure consciousness. This period will exist or last for approximately 110 to 160 hours, as it is now understood in our current calculation of time. So, the darkness or the light will last from 3.5 to 7 days, but there is no way of knowing exactly because, in that experience, time will no longer exist.